It's Monday, September 13th, 2021. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice for people who are teachers here in China, English teachers. Before I get started, let me just qualify this with the fact that I am personally not an English teacher. I do dabble a little bit from time to time, but always for free. I may not have the vast knowledge of the entire country of people who have ridden on motorcycles across the country, but I can tell you this, I have a more contemporary knowledge of what's going on right now, especially with the teachers and the new rules here in China. I hope you'll at least listen to what I'm saying and give it some consideration. I do live in China, so this is, it is an opinion, but it's from what I see. From what I see, I am asked from time to time to help out at different educational institutions, and the trend recently has been towards STEAM. S-T-E-A-M. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So if you're an English teacher, you're here in China, you're a little bit concerned, you hear all this stuff going on. Oh my God, what the hell's going on? Then you watch these people that are in another country and they're telling you, oh, the party's over. You know, it's all over. You got to get out of the country. Pick up a new skill. This is my opinion, okay, about a couple of new rules. One new rule, and again, I'm not a teacher, so I'm sure there's some teachers that I subscribe to that may have more knowledge about this, but this is my opinion. China wants to move away from basic English teaching. They don't want to move away from English teaching. If you can teach English while teaching science, technology, engineering, and mathematics at the same time, you're in. So pick it up. Pick up your game. They want to teach skills. China wants to teach skills, not just English. Okay, if they teach just English, that's to pass a test. And to pass a test, yeah, that gets them maybe into a better college or something, but that's not what this is all about. China wants to move forward. It's the same with this whole video game 3 hours a week thing. I think I mentioned in my last video, actually in the description, probably nobody reads that, but this is like my 8th apartment. This is a tiny apartment. But I've had many other apartments. I haven't seen it here because these are all tiny apartments in this building. But in other apartments that I've been in, I could hear screaming and crying and spanking. And, you know, the children want to nonstop play video games when they're supposed to be doing homework. At this point, if you're a parent in China, do you know how easy it is to say you're not allowed to play video games more than 1 hour a day, 3 days a week? Okay, that sounds so harsh, and I'm a Westerner, so I can understand that. That sounds so harsh. Somebody's telling you you can only play 3 video games a week. Look 10 years down the road and compare the West with all the freedom. I'm a freedom lover as well, but you can just imagine what that's like. All the freedom. They have STEAM in free countries as well, but the STEAM there means a completely different thing, and it's all in relation to video games. Here in China, they want it to be related to education. Education about skills. And okay, like I said, I'm not that knowledgeable about all this, but I'm going to give you an example at the end of this so that you can kind of see what's going on. So yeah, it's kind of hard to get children to do their homework, not only in China. And in China, they have even more homework because you have no idea how difficult it is to learn Chinese, and I do. They really need to spend their time. They have to learn pinyin, they have to learn the characters, they have to learn the strokes, they have to learn the tones, they have to learn the radicals, they have to learn, it's just unbelievable. You would not believe how much more difficult it is to learn than English. So they have to spend a lot of time doing homework and education-related subjects. So this whole thing about just learning English, as a as a standard, it just doesn't make much sense. So the Chinese government had decided, okay, they don't want children to feel the pressures of, okay, they're playing like 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, or whatever of video games a day. And then they have all these studies, and then they have a lot of pressure. There can be some catastrophic situations that occur as a result of unfettered video game access and the necessary requirement for many hours of study to get through the Chinese education system. So just imagine this. They limit the video games to 3 hours per week, 1 hour per day. I believe it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then if you want to take extracurricular activity, that's great. But it needs to be skill related. So I'm saying, I think I said at the beginning of this, I hope I did anyway, that this is related to giving some advice to English teachers that are here in China right now. Up your game. Don't be an English teacher. Be a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics teacher. Okay, so, and I'm just saying this because when I've been recently asked to help out at some schools, they've been all related to those kind of activities. I'm going to put a video at the end of this video that I made at the request of a school. I didn't want to use science, technology, engineering, and mathematics because I wasn't sure if it was copyrighted or not. So that is a little bit different, my steam that I put in there, and that's original from me. But I provided it at the school for recruitment of students. You have access to the internet, so you have access to a wealth of information that you could be teaching. Well, teaching it in English at the same time. So then you're it's like what, 2 birds with 1 stone or something? How do they say that? So, for example, recently, actually at the same school that asked me to make a promotional video, which again, I'm going to put at the end of this video, I took cardboard. I looked online and I saw how to make a robot from syringes and some hospital tubing. I got to show them the difference between hydraulics and pneumatics. Because before we put water into the system, it was a pneumatic system. And then when we put water in, it was a hydraulic system. And we made robots. We all made robots. It was a little bit extra effort on my part because I cut out all the stuff out, and it was a classroom of, I think, 15 students or 20 students. And I cut all the robot parts out of cardboard that was given to me for free by an e-bike store that buys e-bikes almost on a daily basis and has these huge pieces of cardboard. So I cut out all these, I traced them and I cut them out. I prepared them. And if you were going to do this more seriously, not like me, I was doing it for free. So I just did it, for something to do. If you're going to do this seriously, you could have those things punched out. You could go from school to school and you could have them assembling robots, show them the difference between hydraulics and pneumatics. We had, I think it was, how many syringes? We had 1 syringe for the grabbing. We had 1 syringe to move the wrist. We had 1 syringe, that's 3. We had 4, and a swivel. So we had 5 syringes. Each student, it was not easy to get the syringes because that's a whole other video. But anyway, I got the syringes from Taobao, dirt cheap. The cardboard was free. My labor was free. What else did I need? I needed some screws and nuts and stuff, but that was like, nothing. But it was fun to do. The kids loved it. We made videos of the children playing with their robots. I'm sure they all took them home and showed their parents their little robots. It was a little robot arm that could pick stuff up. Not so useful, I suppose. It's a pick and place robot that could pick up, move, place, whatever. Not that useful, but anyway, it was fun to do. Showed them some engineering. I think the children were, let's say, average age maybe 7. So those are the kind of things you want to do. I got a video coming up I'm going to attach to this video right behind me here. Take a look at that one. It's kind of an interesting thing. It's something I did with a laser light and a balloon and a flask. Check that out. Those are the kind of things they want. They don't want just English. You can teach it in English. But don't end it there. They want Chinese children to learn skills. Again, look back 10 years later. Look back 10 years later when they're only playing 3 hours of video games a week. And then when they're learning skills. And you see if other countries, free countries around the world, are envious of these new rules, or they're going to say they're draconian. You tell me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you watch the attached video. See you next time.
Science and technology. Educating adolescent minds. STEAM. 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 In the STEAM program, our students will complete many projects and experiments, enhancing their understanding of the world around them. All the projects and experiments are safe and supervised. The instructions will be in English with Chinese guidance available. While students enhance their comprehension of the English language, they will also be exposed to concepts that help prepare them for advanced education. Although the concepts will be advanced for young students, the projects and experiments are prepared in such a way to capture the student's imagination. Our STEAM course is designed for students who will create the innovations of the future. For example, this experiment demonstrates the relationship between sound, vibration, and light. Using this concept, students can fully comprehend the concept of how sound is generated and the effects that sounds create. Items used in this experiment: a balloon, a large flask, a tripod, an iPad, a mirror, a Bluetooth speaker, and a laser source. Preparation: cut the balloon. Place the speaker into the flask. Put the balloon onto the flask. Break the mirror. Stick a piece of the mirror on the balloon. Put the laser on the tripod and aim at the mirror. Find an online tone generator on the iPad. Result: vibration from the sound can be visualized. full steam ahead.